everybody, and welcome back to the channel. And if you're here for the very first time, it's an absolute pleasure to meet you. I'm Jane. My husband Mike does everything behind the camera. We're British, early retirees, we've got no debt, we've paid off the mortgage, and we live a thrifty, frugal and money-saving life here in Brittany in northwest France. And every Friday we bring you something that's frugal and food related. So this Friday we're going to share with you 4 foodie, no spend challenges that you really should try. Now, whenever we frugal people share no spend challenges with you, we give you some kind of parameters. So it could be for 6 months, don't buy any new clothes. For 6 months, don't buy any new makeup. For 6 months, don't buy any new garden tools. But this challenge is all about food. So let's think about why we might want to cut back on our supermarket bill, on our grocery bill a bit. It's one of those variables that is one of the few variables that we can control. We can make it a bit bigger, we can make it a bit smaller. You may be like lots of families at this time of year, deciding to cut back on your supermarket bill for September, October and November to give you a bit more for all those lovely goodies you might want to buy at Christmas time. You may have had a sudden bill that you just hadn't planned for, and that can happen to any of us, can't it? So let's talk about those small, easy, foodie, no spend challenges that I think anybody could have a go at, and it will just give them a little bit more flexibility in their budget. With any of these no spend challenges, you can set your own timeline. So it could be each week you knock something off your shopping bill. So for example, in week 1, you don't buy any snacks, you don't buy any crisps, you don't buy any chips, you don't buy any biscuits, you don't buy any cookies, you don't buy any sweeties, you don't buy any dips, anything that isn't for your main meal. Now, that's a good excuse, isn't it, to use up what you have for the week, or you could have a go at making some of your own snacks. I'm going to put a link in the description box below to how to make cheese straws. Great little homemade snack to make. Great something that you might have, with a few dips that you're not going to buy extra of because you've already got some. So there's your first challenge that you could try if you wanted to, nice and easy, for a week, or maybe for the month if you wanted to challenge yourself. Don't buy any snacky food. The next no spend foodie challenge is to not buy any shop bought additions for your lunches. That's if you take lunch with you to work. And Mike and I did that for all the time that we were at work. And it's quite easy to pick up a few bits and pieces, isn't it, for your lunchbox. I'm thinking of things that children would have in their lunchboxes. Individual boxes of raisins, individual packets of fruits, individual small yogurts that come in a tube, small packets of cookies or biscuits, like 3 in a packet or something. I would challenge you to, for a week maybe to begin with, to only put in your lunchbox food you've already got at home. So that goes to stand to say, doesn't it? Use up the snacks that you've already got first, but after that, try making your own. It doesn't take a minute to cut up a few carrots into carrot sticks. It doesn't take a minute to, instead of buying individual pots of hummus or dips, to buy a large one and just decant it into a small clip top pot. It doesn't take long at all. Use up what you've got. Take in leftovers to work. Maybe you've got facilities like Mike and I had at work to microwave some soup that I would batch cook and we would take in, or take in a little pot that I could microwave some leftovers. Some dinner from the night before was quite popular for us to do. But there's another frugal foodie challenge for you. For a week, maybe start it for a week and maybe build up to a month. Don't buy any extra additional bits to go into your lunchboxes. The next one is all about the drinkies. Whenever I look in people's trolleys, I can sort of see a lot of fizzy drinks, a lot of sparkling soft drinks. I can see beers and I can see wines, and all of those are great. I'm not saying to people never buy those things. I'm saying if you're going to do a no spend foodie challenge, those are quite painless to knock off. So for example, I know it's coming up to this autumn season, and I know those of you who put creamers in your coffee might be tempted to buy seasonal ones, but you've already got some at home that you could use instead. So there's something that you can do. You can say, for this month, I won't buy any more coffee, we'll drink the coffee we've got. I won't pick up any of those specialty coffees, even if I see them, I'll use the coffee we've got. I won't buy any more fruity teas or those cold teas that you can make. I will use the ones that we've got. So there's an easy one. So you can do it for a week, you can do it for a month, but a frugal foodie no spend challenge. Don't spend any money on drinks. The final one, and number 4 of this frugal foodie no spend challenge, is all about if you eat food in a restaurant, or you go to a fast food restaurant, or you have takeaway food delivered to your house. Do you do that twice a week? Could you cut it to once a week? Do you do it once a week throughout the month? Could you cut that to 3 times in the month, not 4 times? So that's my next challenge for you. Create a no spend challenge around not going to a restaurant or not buying food delivered to your house, as in ready-made food, like ready-made pizza. If you always have a pizza on a Friday night, instead of having one delivered, buy one at the supermarket and pop it in the oven yourself. About the same time in cooking it as it is waiting for it to be delivered. Do you have regular takeaways? Could you cut them down? Could you challenge yourself to have a week of never going to the restaurant or never having a takeaway? Could you challenge yourself to a month of never going to a restaurant? If you are somebody who goes to a restaurant every week, could you say for a month instead, we will have a takeout instead, if it is cheaper, of course. So there you go. That's the final of the 4 challenges. I said they were all painless, didn't I? So let's try that one. If you're someone who has takeout, or someone who has a takeaway, or somebody who eats out, can you cut that out for a week? Or can you cut it down from 4 weeks to just 3 weeks? Can you cut it back and create your own no spend challenge around that? Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not a subscriber. We thank you so much and see you soon.